Yesterday we did a whole topic on the whole Kei Cenat with his cameraman essentially, being involved in texting with a 17-year-old. Round two of creators being creepy with underage people.
Again! You idiots!
After he found out she was 17, first he thought, she claimed to be 19. He found out she was 17. He still kept texting her adult stuff. And as a grown man, even Kai crying on stream, everyone felt some type of way. The internet's coming, peddle all this stuff. And I do a bit of reading afterwards because I couldn't find this information in any of the hundreds of news articles I was skimming through.
What information were you looking for?
This guy was 20 when he was texting the girl.
The 17-year-old?
He was 20.
Okay. You're not supposed to. Are you?
A 20-year-old texting a 17-year-old?
Ah, man. It's going to be all in perception of people. You're not supposed to. I understand that people are making a big deal out of it. Right.
I'm be honest, I don't care.
I understand the feeling.
The way the articles were written, it was like this motherfucker was 25. The way Kai was crying,
Yeah.
I thought this dude was gotta be mid-20s to late 20s at least.
Actually, I think I've heard he was 25. I saw that somewhere that someone claiming that he was 25.
Some people were definitely
alleging that. But then again, even 20. I mean, if you're not supposed to do it.
Okay, but beyond that, you're not supposed to do it. There's plenty of things we're not supposed to do. You're 100%. Not supposed to speed.
100%.
People still do it. Wait, question is,
and what happened?
But there's a difference between you going over the speed limit and then you going 200 on the highway.
Sure.
The two things are drastically different.
100%.
If you're going 120, which is still technically illegal in a lot of places, okay, nobody really cares. It's like the 17-year-old with the Call Me Carson situation. Remember that situation?
Yeah.
Everyone came down on Call Me Carson, right? Because he was a 19-year-old texting a 17-year-old. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. That's the age gap? Really?
Mm-hmm.
Listen, I think the internet is collectively a little bit lost it. In an effort to, stop preds who are going after young people, especially dudes who are going after their super fans, or going after women who are or men who are drastically younger than them, or, with age difference. Okay, I understand. A 2 to 3 age. In most places, this is incredibly legal, including the state where this happened. But beyond the legal aspect, which I don't really care, because I don't think that was the central point of this conversation. And if it is for you, then you have nothing to talk about, because this is illegal. For most places, they have Romeo and Juliet laws set up for this. But also, in the state where this happened, it's 100% legal. But moving past the legal aspect, is a 2 to 3 age year difference that crazy?
It's not. It's not, because my parents and most of y'all parents, my parents got 5 years apart. My parents got 5 years apart. And I know it's not a crazy gap, because some of y'all parents have even more than that.
That's it.
So, but I understand you're not supposed to, but yeah, people really went out there like if it was.
Like it was a big thing.
But the thing that happened is this. When we find a witch.
Yes, this is witch hunting.
When we find a witch and we establish that, okay, this is witchcraft, people are going to try to fucking kill the whole circus. They're going to try to find the magicians. No, I'm not doing voodoo. Between that and me just making monkeys out of balloons is something different. The minute they find a witch, they're going to say witch to everybody, and everybody's going to get it.
And I want you guys to think about how this whole thing started. Lady was claiming she was 19. They was talking for a minute, and then she dropped a 17 on him. Bro,
so it's true. So when they start talking, he was 20. He was 20. She was 19. Man. Then she dropped it to 7. I said,
yeah, they're making this no. It's like, yes, he found out. Who cares? You got age gaps that look just like that in high school itself with freshmen and seniors or whatever the fuck it is. And then what? Once he graduates, all of a sudden this whole thing becomes illegal, right? They knew each other in high school. Like, what are we having a real conversation? And the point isn't that these kind of relationships are inherently good or bad. No, it's not that. It's that people have removed any nuance from everything. They don't care anymore. They just see 17 and they lose their fucking minds. What, a 17 and 18-year-old is illegal too? 17, 8, 19? What? Like, how do you guys think about these things? I don't understand it.
Well, it's an easy thing to do, okay? again, we found something that was a witch. I'm gonna kill everything that even looks remotely as a witch.
Okay, this is the new
You
version.
got a crooked nose and a pointy hat,
Yeah.
you a witch, and you're gonna burn too.
This is the version of the Me Too stuff, but like the 2020 version, which is just like predator hunt. Okay, remember the Me Too? Everyone's just believing anything, and they were just burning. This is that. This is our new thing.
Yeah.
And I think what started off well, I'm starting to realize is just going off the rails, and people are jumping on anything and everything. Okay, and some of these don't even make sense. Sorry, 17 and 20, I don't give a shit. And a lot of people are going to be unhappy with that response. I don't care. Okay? In my opinion, you guys are pearl clutching. In the real world, you go up to most people, they're going to laugh at you when you bring this up. And they're like, what are you even yapping about? Nobody would care about this in the real world. Not a single person. This is mostly a terminally online retarded thing that I'm seeing. This is not reasonable stuff. There's a reason why law enforcement is never involved in any of these things. Because they would laugh this off their desk. This is not a real problem. 17 and 20? 17, 20, I don't care. That's me, though. Your thoughts. Do you honestly think this is bad?
I don't think it's that bad, to be honest with you. But I understand if it's illegal, I get the people like not the uproar.
It's not illegal.
I understand. If it's illegal, I understand that people are getting, but it's not even. It's really witch hunting. It's really what I think. And people are lazy. People are lazy because they want. It's easier to not make any nuance about anything and just be able to be, oh, you're there, you're over there, ha! Just the same way that happens that whenever people have a word and they learn about a word, and then they're gonna use that shit like it's the new sauce. You know what I mean? And they're gonna use, and then they end up not even using the word properly. No, that's not the definition of the word. You're removing all the nuances. You're just saying it's that. No, people are lazy in that sense. And whenever they are analyzing situations, they see 2-3 elements of a situation and they go all out. Unfortunately, that's where we at. And I think you're right when you say that this is our this is our era. This is the era of the Me Too. Is the witch hunt of right now.
Yeah. And I remember doing the Me Too stuff when I was saying, guys, we might need a bit of evidence. That was an unpopular opinion.
And then
I would get so much flack. I would get crazy DMs. And I'm like, listen, I don't have an issue with people want to call out predators, but if there's no proof, why are we just... And they're doing the exact same thing, but people in age gaps. Like, it's crazy.
I remember you brought up a video. You brought up what happened. Oof, that was a big one.
Where oh my God, people got mad at you.
Yeah.
When the Aziz Ansari thing happened.
Yeah.
I remember when we did that video, Jesus, people were like, oh yeah, you're an apologist. That's what they were calling. Yeah. You're an apologist. Yes.
Yeah. But here's the thing.
Oh my God.
I want to ask you
what
this.
A time to
you
be
said
alive.
if it's illegal, you understand. But does that really matter? And the reason why I say does it really matter is if you're in one state and it's 16, then you just drive a couple kilometers and then it's all of a sudden legal. Should that really be that much of a different factor? How about how you feel about it? That's what I'm asking. Because I think everyone basing themselves on the legal framework are actually doing themselves a disservice. If you want to protect young people, using the legal framework is probably one of the dumbest things you can do. Because some states are going to say 14-year-olds can get it on. Some places are going to say 16. And if you're just going to go your base off what the big man upstairs told you to say is okay, then you don't really have an opinion. You're essentially just a sheep who follows exactly what the letter of the law says. And if you lower it down to 10 years old, then you should be okay with it because it's legal. No, obviously, I think everyone should use their own brain when determining what's right or what's wrong with this situation with a consideration for the law, okay? But if you have a consideration for the law in this situation, this is legal. So let's put that aside because this is in the argument in favor of the argument I'm making. When we're looking at the age gap between these people, okay, is there such an age gap where their levels of maturity, their levels of decision making, their levels of everything are such stratospheres apart that there's no way these people can ever be in the realm of close to each other? Of course not. And I think that's what people are being dishonest about. A 3-year age gap is not necessarily a big deal. I saw some places were saying this kid might have been 19. I don't know. I went to go look at his old YouTube videos, and his videos from just 4 or 5 years ago were him in high school. That's right. The man that you guys are calling a predator, 4 or 5 years of high school, was a senior. Okay? And this event, these text messages, they happened, I think, almost 2 years ago. So do you see where the math I'm making is working?
Yeah.
Okay.
So how old is the girl now?
She's 19 now.
And
she should 19, 18. Bro, I'm just telling you what I found.
I understand more now. But people are so. It's because.
And she held on to this too. She held
So
on.
my question is, why is she outing this out?
Apparently, she tried to contact Kai and his team and all this other stuff a couple times, and then she put this out into the public. But to me, it's just
No, but that's weird.
Is it that weird?
What happened? Why not all of a sudden you got to change of heart?
Yeah. And did you notice that in all the messages that she was sending and they were sending between each other, she deleted all the parts where she was texting back and she was engaging in this
so
stuff.
why is she? What's that?
No.
No. So we're not passing no time on that. We're not talking about that.
I'm sorry.
Why that? They're approximately the same age. Why are you calling him?
2-3 years. I don't care.
Why are you calling him a predator? Why are you outing this out? What happened? I want to know what happened. Is it?
I'm sure she'll probably make some statements. Oh, I felt like people needed to be told to be safe. There's nothing to be safe from, guys. You guys are bugging out. And if this is the hill that everyone wants to burn me at the stake for, I'm fine with it. I will take this hot stance. I don't think it's a hot take. I think you guys are crazy.
I don't think it's.
I honestly think this hysteria has gone a little bit too far with the pedo hunters. And under the guise of protecting children, people have really infantilized everybody.
He's
a 3-year, 4-year age gap. I don't care.
He's 21, 22.
I couldn't believe it when I read that.
She is 19.
And you know what's crazy? You want to know?
17,
You want to know why? You want to know why I believe this was such a big deal? Because I seen Kai crying, and Kai knows the parties involved. So in my head, Kai must have known those. Maybe, and then this dude crying over a 3 to 4 year age gap. Listen, I could understand if the text messages were unrequited, meaning like. She was not responding, and he kept going and going and going and going. That doesn't do with age. The problem here is the fact that somebody just doesn't take no for an answer. That's a problem. Fine. I could understand if she works under him and he was saying you gotta do this for me. I could understand that. But people zoned in on one of the dumbest things possible. And Kai's over here. You know what I think for Kai? Kai's probably hearing from his manager, we gotta cut this guy, or the audience is losing their mind. And Kai's just reacting to that. But to drop your friend over a 3 to 4 year age gap, maybe there's information I'm not privy to, so I'm going to reserve judgment. But that seems kind of extreme to me, personally.
Or maybe you're really about, at the level that you're at.
About your money?
You're about how it looks and how people are. You're really about the outrage and everything and stuff.
Yeah.
At the level that you're at, you're on top. So anybody tries to get at you to tumble down the hill that you're on right now. Right, since we're playing King of the Hill, so, and then you really try to protect that. So you're doing all those things, and crying, filming yourself crying is a bit, whatever.
Yeah,
it makes me chuckle. You gave me some flack because I was laughing at someone's pain. Okay, but it's still weird to cry. Anyways, all that to say, maybe that's what it is. He's trying to protect all of that.
Okay.
Some people might be like that.
Yeah. And in case anybody wants to do the math themselves, because you can't find his age anywhere in public records, but I looked up his YouTube account. I went to his oldest videos. His oldest videos is him in high school. It looks like he's a senior in high school. And he's filming videos inside the high school with a bunch of other high school students. Okay? And you do the math. Okay? That's 5 years ago. The text messages happened 2 years ago. Right? They say 2021, 2022. So what does that mean? That senior in high school, you're 17, 18, correct?
Something like that.
Okay. And I'm assuming he's a senior in high school. He easily could have been...
The text that happened 2 years ago on top of that?
2 years ago.
Yo, that's...
So I want you to do the math. So if I'm at my least generous, he's like 22.
Is she 17 now?
No.
I don't care. Okay.
To me, that doesn't matter. At the time, what was the age gap between the two? If she was 17 at the time and he was 26, 25, 24, fine.
When I seen this shit hit the internet, I just woke up, I seen this shit hit the internet, I looked at it, first thing I did was say, hey, let me sit down and let me get down to the bottom of this to completely confirm everything. I reached out to the person who went online and did all the other shit.
Listen, creators and people wondering like, yo, why is it that there's so many? Listen, stop wondering why there's so many creators who are doing this stuff. Let me tell you, there's just so many people, period, who are doing this, okay? It's not a creator thing. No. It's not people become like YouTubers. Bro, there's people, your fucking local garbage man, your local female biology teacher. There's stories every day about teachers who are nobodies getting caught with somebody. It's not a YouTuber thing or whatever. It's just that we're in the public eye, so our personal lives and all the drama that we're involved with tends to bleed out. But it's not a creator thing. A lot of these people would have been weird regardless. You know, take the Ava Tyson thing and the underage people. Do you know how many other older men were in that same Discord? People whose names you'll never hear? People that will never be properly exposed?
But because Ava is Ava.
I hate the idea that it's just like, oh, creators. No, there are weird, creepy men and women of all ages and all professions. We'd like to believe that more of it, but as I go on with time, I look up Florida all the time, and they always have a bunch of stings of a bunch of predators. They be catching them by the dozens. They be catching rings of 500-600 people. Not a single one of those people are known.
But not because it's a Florida thing, because Florida has a law that they have to say everything that happens.
Yeah, they publish it, but it's just to say, like, none of these people are public people.
Yeah.
All right? So we need to get away from this stuff because it gives a false impression that you just have to be wary of fate. No. And I say this not because I want to absolve it. No. I want you guys to be discerning and to be vigilant of the right people, not thinking it's just the famous people. Because generally speaking, whenever something bad happens to a child or whatever it is, it's not a stranger. It's not a famous person. It's a cousin. It's an uncle. It's a father. It's a brother, a sister, an aunt. Those are the people who do most of this stuff. A family friend. So just keep that in context. But
I reached out to her and shit, and she basically she showed me every single thing. I asked her to confirm the iMessage, to confirm the number. It's confirmed. Alright? All that shit is confirmed. And I'm just sick and tired of having to do shit like this. Because it's like, damn, my nigga, like I don't know how people are not just seeing something or like an age or something and just saying and just stopping. You feel me? It was just some messages that it's some messages that looks fucking crazy, bro. You feel me? I'm not sugarcoating shit. The shit look fucking crazy, bro. And the shit fucked me up the whole day, gang. Like the whole fucking day. Shit fucked me up, cause like, nigga, what the fuck are you doing? Like, what are you doing? Like, nigga, I have a whole vision. Like, how I want. I need to stop crying and shit. Like, I'm over here crying and shit.
I was so shocked when I found out his age. This is Call Me Carson 2.0. And I know some people got me mad at me for that. I don't care. The Call Me Carson thing was not a drama, and this is nothing either. The proof is in the fact that none of these ever lead to any arrests, ever. And there's a reason for that. There's a reason for that.
Because even the popo don't care.
Because the popo's looking like, what are these people's... Hey, yo, get this shit off my fucking desk. I got real criminals to go after. You fucking weirdos online just yelling about this shit. This is not a story.
Oh, so when I call them nerds, it's okay. But when it's not okay, but when you call them fucking weirdos, we're good, right?
Because they're being weirdos.
Yeah, but sometimes when I say nerd, they're being fucking nerds too. You're just mad because you're part of the nerds.
No, I just think you be calling things that are nerdy that they're not nerdy.
No, you just want to gatekeep nerdness. Yeah.
No, I want to accurately use the word correctly.
No, don't use that shit on me. No,
mean?
a nerd
What
is a
you mean?
nerd. A nerd is a nerd.
What you mean? It's like calling Kamala Harris black. Can you
Who?
do that? Huh?
She not like us.
Stop gatekeeping. Right? Gatekeeping black. You gatekeeping black. Yeah, exactly.
I'm not. I really not.
That's it for today's